YouTube land, finally I'm here. I'm back with another comparison. This time it is my, well, I can almost say old S22, the Samsung S22, and I compare it to my even older Canon M50. I took a bunch of pictures and I want to see, okay, how do they match each other, stack up to each other? Well, you know the drill. So after the intro. I also created a small B-roll movie with the S22, so check out what it can do, alright? This one is the 3x zoom. I did the same zoom amount on my M50. What do I see when I look at this picture? I see a clearer picture on the right side and I see a more dim picture on the left side. But if I want to see, okay, how is the quality of my zoom range or yeah, details, well, let's zoom in on this zoomed picture. Well, here you can see we have a bit of noise here, but here it's falling apart, this picture. So you can definitely see that the 10 megabytes that you have on the S22 cannot stack up to the 24 megabytes that you have on an M50. So in this case, it's a clear winner. The M50 with this zoom lens is crushing the S22. So a detail picture I want to take to see, okay, can you spot if you crank the S22 up to take a picture with the full 50 megapixels to your disposal, take a picture with this tree with flowers on it, if you then can see, is the difference huge? Well, when I'm looking at both pictures without zooming in, it's really, really hard for me to tell which one is which, because if I'm looking at the colors, I don't see a lot of difference within here. So I definitely need to zoom in this case to see, okay, which one is which. So therefore I can only say that's a draw, because if I need to zoom in that much to see the difference, then the S22 is clearly doing a really good job in creating a detailed shot of something. But let's zoom in a bit. Let's see what happens. So if I'm looking now at, okay, this is a bit brighter, okay. And if I look at the side of the leaves, it's a tiny bit sharper. Well, let's zoom into this flower a bit more. And we're both at 133% at this time. And again, I'm looking at on a 4K monitor, but yeah, I can see a bit of less details here, and also yeah, this part of the flower is a tad less sharp than the M50, because I now know that this is the M50. Well, let's check it out. It is the M50, and you can also see the size of the JPEG is 14 MB, whereas this is 8.6. I must say this is a draw. So this is kudos to the S22. Well done on a detailed shot here. Next up, Portraits. Yeah, for me it's not so hard. You can pick your own, but for me it's clearly that the left side is the S22. Yeah, we can talk a lot about it, but as you can see here, all those hair in the background, foreground separation is so much better. If you can see on the S22, you see it's struggling here, but it's doing a job in showing some hairs. Also, you can see, well, this is working out. Also, see, but you can see it has a hard time. Well, maybe if I zoom in a bit, you can clearly see it has a hard time doing, but it is doing a better job than I think the previous phones that I owned. And most of them are Samsung, as you probably know. So it is really getting better. The only thing, it still cannot compare the real bokeh. So in this case, I have to give it to the M50 as well. So we here have a wide angle picture, favorite of many people. But if I'm looking at the details even now, I can already see more details on the right side than I see on the left side. So for me, I think that the M50, well, I almost can say I know that the M50 will be on the right side, and this would be the S22. Why can I show you? Because I already saw that on my screen. And keep in mind, I'm looking at a 4K monitor at this time. Maybe you're looking at a lesser monitor or on your tablet or on your phone. So probably it's not so apparent as it is for me. Therefore, I'm zooming in, and therefore I think you can also see that yeah, the details is so much better on the M50 than it's on the S22. And which is not strange, so let's put in some details. As you can see here, it's the Canon M50, and on the other side, it's the Samsung. But anyway, yeah, why? Because the M50 again has the 24 megapixels, has a larger sensor compared to 12 megapixels, one of the smallest sensors for a wide angle within that device. So it's logical. The only plus of the S22 is what you can say, it has a wider angle of view. That's nice. I think that the picture looked decent, but if you zoom in and yeah, just for the sake of showing you, let's zoom in. Yeah, look at this. I think it's clear without any discussion. For the night shot, I took many more pictures, but I can show you two pictures. So looking at both, I can clearly see that the left one is brighter and the right side is, well, less brighter, of course. I see more noise on the left side if you compare that to this one, but let's zoom in a bit to see, okay, what's happening. So you can clearly see there is noise. And although it's here cleaned up, yeah, you can clearly see it's this is artificial cleaning up of it. So I'm pretty sure that the left side is the S22, and this would be the M50. You also see a bit of sharpening going on here. So, and this is much more natural, but you get the brighter picture. Now, let's see if I'm right. So M50 here, S22 here. Yeah. So it's clear that which one is which. But let's now go to the other picture that I also took. And this is this picture. So what do I see here? That the left side is brighter, and this is out of the box. So I didn't do any adjustment to the pictures. And sure, if I crank up the brightness on the picture, it will probably be as bright as. But here I can also see there's a lot of noise in that water part. So for me, I think because this is the brighter picture, and I know that the Samsung will give you a brighter picture. So for me, this would be the S22 and this would be the M50. Well, let's check. So this is the M50, as you can see here. And here you can see it's the S22. I took this one for 20 seconds. Yeah, and this was on my main camera on a tripod, both. Now let's go back to some details. So let's see what happens if you zoom in a bit. And then you see much more noise on this S22 if you compare it to the M50. Um, yeah, in every detail. So if you can see it in the water. So overall, yes, you can say the S22 has a brighter picture. But again, yeah, if I edit this within one of my editing applications, you can get a much brighter picture with less noise. So yeah, even for night pictures, the M50 is better, but keep in mind, then you have to use a tripod, because if I would do this handheld, I will probably not end up with the same result, which I can do with the S22. So in that case, yeah, the S22 can win. But if you only want to go for the quality and you bring your sturdy tripod, then of course the M50 will beat the S22.
You made it till the final part, and that's the conclusion. For me, it took longer than you to watch this video, because I think that maybe 6 weeks ago I did this shot, and even months ago I did the how do you go the beach part. But I thought, well, let's grow a small beard and do the conclusion. And I tried to do this in as least possible shots as possible. So here we go. So tail lens, M50 wins. We're still not there. Sure, 3x is fine, but maybe if we bump up the 10 megapixels to a higher count and a bigger lens, that maybe we can get better pictures that are more comparable. Same for the wide. The wide, it's a decent one. It's nice that you have it in your pocket, but if I really want to shoot the best wide angle shot, I will go for my M50. The only thing that is really great is the main lens. The main lens, if you put it to 50 megapixels, the details are, well, as you saw, you really have to watch hard to see those differences. So kudos for there. So we're getting closer. Each year we're getting closer, and that's why I make these videos, to see if we're getting closer. So conclusion, if you really want to take great pictures, bring your own mirrorless camera, DSLR or whatever. But if you just want to take regular pictures, I surely can recommend this one. Well, for me, that's it. It's the end of this video, and I hope to make one in a much shorter time. I hope you enjoyed it. If not, put it in the comments below what I can improve, what do you like to see. So stay in touch. Hey, bye now!